Do you find yourself searching through your fabric stash for the perfect coordinates? Do you strive to be more confident in your color combinations? If you answered yes, or just love fabric, then a subscription to Goodies Color Club is for you. Goodies Bundle Club is a quarterly subscription program with carefully curated fabric bundles by me sent right to your doorstep. I handpick every fabric in each delivery with 12 half-yard pieces, which will only be available to Goodies Bundle Club members. In addition to an exclusive Stash Builder bundle, each delivery includes a booklet of information on the fabrics I have chosen, the fabric designer, additional fabric suggestions to use with a bundle, and quilt patterns that would be a perfect pairing with the fabric.
Hi everyone, and welcome. I'm Kara Balmer.
And I'm Nancy Jurek.
And this is Perfect Pair.
Welcome to Perfect Pair. Again, I'm Nancy, this is Kara, and this is where we talk about all things quilting, or mostly quilting at least. And thank you so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe. We just appreciate any support that you guys can give us for this,
some love.
for this new adventure.
Some love. Oh. Our first portion of this show is our chit chat and coffee talk. And this is where you're going to learn a little bit more about us, and we hope to learn a little bit more about you. We'll be talking about things going on in the world, but mostly we'll be talking quilting. Today we thought we would introduce ourselves and share a little bit more about us. But first, I think Nancy's going to talk about the quilts behind us on the set.
That's right. All right, so right behind me, I always get very confused. This one, hanging off the cabinet, is the Nova, and that was made with Nose to Nose. It was a bundle from last year, I think. We are all out of it, but the Nova comes up later in the show, so I thought I'd showcase it.
Yes.
And then behind Kara is the Supersized Amalie, which we have a quilt along coming up, end of January. That is made with
Wild Meadow.
Wild Meadow, thank you. Wild Meadow, and a lot of you accent. So that accent is called Terrain Fossil. We are unfortunately out of it, but I did pull a few good substitutes for it. We have the Spectrostatic Shark Skin and the Pebbled Path Charcoal. That would work really nicely with it.
So any of you that are looking at purchasing or have purchased Wild Meadow, you can snag the Spectrostatic, or what was the other?
Pebbled Path Charcoal.
Thank you. Yes, so those will work great as fill-ins. So as I said, we're going to be sharing a little bit about ourselves. I know we've been on the Gudrun's show on Happy Friday a couple times filling in for her, and you've learned a little bit about us, but we thought we'd recap and share a little bit more about who we are and how we got here. Again, my name is Kara. I'm married with 5 kids, and I have 1 grandbaby here and 1 grandbaby on the way, soon to be here in March. I'm really excited.
I'm excited for you.
I know. It'll be so fun. And then I have 2 dogs at home, Lily and Nala, and they're crazy. When I'm not at GE or I'm not in my sewing room, you can find me most often at ice rinks around Minnesota lately. I've got a 12-year-old Pee-wee goalie that keeps us busy running to games and practices, which is really fun. I keep telling my husband, he keeps us young. He's our baby.
That's a lot of gear all around for goalies.
It's stinky gear.
Yes.
Amen. Those moms out there that have been hockey moms, it's stinky gear.
So gross.
It is.
But it's a great game. I love hockey. It's my favorite.
Fun, and it's perfect in the winter months for something to do.
All right. So I'm Nancy. A little bit about myself. I am married with 3 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats. So it's a very full and sometimes chaotic household. I love camping and canoeing in the summer and cross-country skiing in the winter. And I've been sewing since I was about 5. I started through 4-H and took a long hiatus for a while because I thought I hated sewing. And then I got into quilting about 12 years ago, and I haven't looked back. So I'm just really lucky that I get to make quilting my job.
Yes,
so,
it is a pretty great job.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, we're loving it.
No complaints.
No.
All right.
We have in our cup, as it's a morning show, we're both drinking our morning beverages of choice. Today, I've got straight black coffee. Pretty boring, but that's what I drink every morning, and I need it, and I need the caffeine. I love the warmth. Keep my hands warm on these cold Minnesota mornings.
I think people who drink black coffee make life simple. You don't need all the creamers. You don't need all the sugar.
Sure,
we'll go with that. You just get your coffee and you're good.
Yeah.
There's no extra.
Simple.
I am not a coffee drinker. I'm very, very picky, and coffee is one of the things I don't care for. But I have in my cup a hot chocolate, caffeinated hot chocolate from Caribou. I love Caribou coffee. For those of you who don't have one, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's good.
It's pretty great. So yeah, I'm either drinking usually in the mornings, caffeinated hot chocolate or caffeinated water. Not very exciting, but I do need that caffeine.
Right.
So.
Get us going. Also, this segment, we also want to share with you recipes from our grandmas for a morning breakfasty, brunchy kind of food. Today, I'm bringing you my Grandma Dorothy's coffee cake recipe, and it's fantastic. I'm very excited. Actually, we've got the recipe, and we'll leave the recipe on our blog for those of you that want to take a peek at it. But it's actually was made last night by my 12-year-old. I had surgery a couple of days ago on my hand, and so cooking and baking was not in the cards for me today, or last night, excuse me. So he got excited and took it on and made me some coffee cake for this morning.
You did a great job. Make sure to tell him that.
I will.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, he was pretty proud. He loves to get into the kitchen, which no complaints from me. I will gladly clean up his messes if he wants to make the goodies. So very fun.
All right, Kara, I have some special news today.
You do?
I do. Did you know today is National Get to Know Your Customer Day?
It is not.
It is. That's what sources say. So
cool. Perfect day.
It's perfect day for our first show. We want to get to know you guys. So if you could leave a comment on either Facebook or YouTube, we want to know two things.
Yes.
We want to know, how long have you been quilting? And then the other one is, what is something you would like to learn about as far as quilting goes, or would like to discuss, or anything like that?
Anything you want us to talk about.
Yeah, because we would love some ideas for future shows, and we want to hear directly from you guys what you're interested in.
Yeah.
So we'd appreciate that. But
perfect. Do we have some prizes for them if they
We do.
respond?
Thank you for reminding me. So we will pick 5 winners from some from Facebook, some from YouTube.
Yeah.
And the winners will get some really fun charm packs. And we will announce the winners on next month's show. We'll hopefully get them mailed out before then.
Yes, yes, you'll receive them in about 10 days.
Yeah. And since not a lot of people can watch this live, people have day jobs.
Yes.
You have till next week, January 26th, to leave a comment, and then we'll pick after that.
Yeah.
So
leave us your answers to our questions, and we will choose 5 random winners and get them a fun little charm pack in the mail later next week. So we look forward to your responses.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, it'll be great. So this next section just talks about our favorites, our current favorites, what we are using in our sewing rooms, what kind of notions or different tools that we're using. And today I'm going to be talking about the Gypsy Quilter Clapper, something that we've had in the store for just a little while, and it has been really helpful for me to keep my seams flat, to get a really good press on those seams. And so I've appreciated it. I think it's kind of got a funny name because I think we talked about this.
I feel like you need 2 for it to be called a clapper.
Right.
Slap them together, but obviously that's not what it's for.
Right.
But it's just kind of an interesting name.
So it is interesting, but I really appreciate it. Because it helps me in my quilting to get my seams really nice and flat. So this has been a helpful tool for me. I know it's not a tool for everyone, and not everyone chooses to use it, but we do have them in stock, and I've really gotten into them. I hear some people use 4 or 5 at a time, like they're just placing them all over their blocks to get that seam nice and crisp and flat.
It's nothing better than a crisp seam.
All
right. So my favorite lately, is the 108 Forget-Me-Nots. I'll do that. So this is kind of our, not scraps, but remnants of 108s that we cut that aren't quite a yard, and we don't want to toss them. And so we kind of put them together in this Forget-Me-Not bundle, and the total amount of yardage in this bundle is 3 yards, equals 3 yards. So you'll get various cuts of fabric and different widths. Sorry, they'll all be 108 with different widths, and then it'll equal 3 yards. So this would be perfect for backings. You can just strip them together, sew them together. You got exactly what you need.
Yeah. So
perfect for donation quilts or to
scrappy quilts.
Spice up your quilt.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I like it. So that is my pick for the month.
Perfect. All right.
So next we have Quilters Corner, and that. So normally we'll talk about a different topic. which is why we want you guys to let us know what you're interested in hearing about. Today, we're going to talk about backings. So, backings. There's a lot of different preferences regarding backings. Some people like full cloth backings, like the 108s, and some people like to piece their backings. And so it really just depends on what you want. Both have their pros and cons. So the 108s, they can be big and unwieldy, and especially if you have a small space. However, they're easy. You pick it out, you press it, and the thought is done. Like, there's no extra thinking, which is really, really nice.
Right.
And then it can also make it look very uniform. And yeah, it's really a nice option to have. The other option is to piece your backing. And I just pieced my first backing. I've always been really intimidated by it just because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it right, or I don't know. It was a lot of thinking sometimes for me. It's really not.
You just did a lot of thinking making the quilt, and then you have to think about how to put the back.
Exactly. It can feel putsy just because you feel like you just put together this quilt. Why do I have to do more?
Yeah.
But I really like how it turned out. I got to use up the scraps from my Supersized Amalie and use those up. It looks really cute, and it's a great way to use either leftovers from your bundle or other scraps that you have. And I've heard of people just making a bunch of backings just to have.
Yeah.
So that's a really good way to kind of plan ahead, and then you don't have to worry about it after you're done piecing your quilt. So.
Well, and it's really nice, like a couple of the pictures that Andrea showed here on the pieced backings, you can get your label in there.
Yes.
And Gudrun has been on both of us to remember to label our quilts, and I don't. And
I don't either.
No. But
I really want to.
Yes. Especially those gifted quilts that are going for a special occasion. It's just a nice touch, and I know I'd appreciate it as I get a gift to just have that label on there. And so it's a great way, if you are piecing your backing, to get that label in there. So
yes. It's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah. Speaking of backings, Gudrun did say we could let the secret out, or the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah. So we are getting cuddle. We are getting cuddle. So yay, everybody, get excited. We're excited. I'm excited to have that as another choice for your backings or your quilting. So we will have some cuddle. It's slowly coming in. I know that we've got a shipment coming in the next week, so look for it.
Yeah.
I would imagine later next week or the beginning of the following week, Gudrun will be sharing it with you all on the show. Watch for it on our website. So it's another option.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yes.
It's the benefit of watching us. Sometimes we let secrets leak.
Yes, we sure do.
But yeah, cuddle fabric is the best. I say it's probably my favorite to be under a quilt with.
Yeah.
It's just nothing like it.
Yep.
So.
Yes.
Yeah. So let us know if you have any different ways you do your backings, or if you have any questions about it, or
We have a couple questions.
Sweet.
The last question was that she hadn't used cuddle, and she's wondering if it's hard to work with.
I have never quilted with cuddle. I leave that to my long armor to deal with because I am intimidated by it. But I've heard that people use like different methods to kind of make it work for them. Lots of pinning if you're using like a domestic machine.
Yep.
But as far as long arming, I don't think there's too many issues.
No, I know last week Gudrun had made a quilt for Johan, and she threw some real thick cuddle on the back. It was really dense, and she threw it on the long arm. That thing was quilted really fast.
Yeah, and it looked amazing.
It was, and it didn't even get bound before he was wrapped up in it, running around the warehouse last week. So it was really fun to see those little.
It was so funny.
He
just took it right. Well, he didn't, but Gudrun took it right off the long arm, and he was just wrapping around and running off. So
yeah, it was awesome. But it does get messy. There's no doubt about it when you're cutting it.
Yep.
So make sure that you've got a shop vac or a nice vacuum right there handy to just, as you cut it quick,
And a lint roller.
Yes, vacuum it up but once it's quilted, once it's sewn, then there's no problem. So it's just that initial mess.
Yeah.
A little tricky. But we'll share more about that in the weeks to come as we get it in stock. I'm sure Gudrun will be doing a Tipsy Tuesday tip with Cuddle. So watch for that. So we have our perfect picks right now that we want to talk about. And in this section, we just talk about what we're working on right now and how we've come up with our ideas of how to pull fabrics together, pull bundles together, if we have an accent fabric that we're using. So we just have an opportunity to share with you. So for me, first, I made a supersized Amalie. That is it there. And it was a fun pattern. I thoroughly enjoyed this pattern. So if you aren't part of the quilt along, join in. This quilt is it's just fun.
It is. And Gudrun, even if you think you know what you're doing with just the regular Amalie, Gudrun always has some amazing tips.
She does.
You always learn something.
Yep. So that was my first one. Nancy also made a supersized Amalie.
I did. I used the Wanderlust bundle. And I was lucky enough that when we first cut it, I loved this fabric, but I wasn't ready to buy a bundle. And so I bought some of the remnants of it. And so thankfully I had that. And then I did buy the bundle for the quilt along. And so I was able to use that orange as an accent. I had enough. But it was so fun. I loved making it.
Yeah.
It was fast, too. Really fast.
It was. Yes. So my next quilt that I'm working on is another supersized Amalie, and I am using the Rhythm and Hues bundle. And so I have a dear friend of mine's son is graduating in the spring, and he loves music. He's all things music. He's got a band. He has he's in the choir. He's just this great kid, and I am so excited to gift this to him. It also comes with a couple of panels. I am using the large panel to piece a back with the quilt. So it's just another way to use up that panel. And so then I've got the Rhythm and Hues bundle, and then I am using this spotted Celestial Onyx as the accent. I put a couple of blocks together for you so you could kind of see how it's turning out, but I will definitely share when I have the quilt finished. The black just pops. I love the colors and the brightness of this quilt. It's just going to be...
It's so vibrant.
It's
beautiful.
I'm just excited. It's going to be so fun. So this is what I'm working on right now, and we'll get this finished in the next week or so, and then we'll be able to share it on one of our shows. You can see the finished product. Yeah.
I like that you're piecing the back with that panel. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss out on it.
No,
so.
it's a really fun back. Or panel, excuse me, and it'll just add to the quilt. I didn't want to waste it. I wanted to use it in some way, and as we're talking backings today, perfect.
All right, so I am working on something I've talked about before, about wanting to do, and I just haven't done it. So I finally bit the bullet, and I bought one of my favorite bundles we've ever had, and it is called Midnight in the Garden. I've talked and talked about it, thought and thought about it, and finally, I bought it, and I'm making a Nova with it.
So I just want to share real quick one thing about Nancy and I that I have learned in the short, 6-8 months that we've worked together. She loves to think about her fabric and ponder and be methodical and really put some thought into it, and that's not me. I see one, I love it, I scoop it up, and I'm a little more of a space cadet when it comes to the bundles that I choose. I just grab it because I love it, and who knows what I'm doing with it. But I appreciate in her her methodical thoughtfulness behind the bundle she's choosing and what she's going to do with it.
I I try. I've learned after working here and seeing so many fabrics that I love that if I bought all of them, I wouldn't have a paycheck. So
There is that.
I need to really think about what I need and what I'm going to make with it. And I needed this bundle. So it's Midnight in the Garden with the Nova pattern. And I got started on a few blocks already just so I could commit to finishing it, because it's one thing to talk about it, another thing to do it. So I got started with some blocks, and I gotta say, this pattern is so easy. I haven't yet. I will make some other patterns by Gudrun that like the Athena and
A little more intimidating patterns.
yeah, they kind of intimidate me. They shouldn't because they're all easy. But the Nova, I think, is a great way to kind of dive into those. And it is so easy and pretty quick. Like these blocks look like they could be complicated, but they're really not.
Yeah. It is one great thing about Gudrun's patterns. Like some of them look so intimidating, but they're really not. You just have to follow the instructions.
Yes. Yep. That is the key. Follow instructions.
Looks like we have a question from Glenna.
How many different fabrics in that bundle? In the Midnight in the Garden, there's 12. I'm not sure what bundle exactly you're talking
And then
about.
in the Rhythm and Hues bundle, there is 8.5 yards in the bundle, which includes 2 panels as well. So there's 2 panels in that bundle, and then the yardage.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm happy I'm finally starting on it. It's been a long time since I first had that idea. So yay.
Like I said. It's awesome. Do we have any other questions, Andrea?
All right.
All right,
Let's get them.
Let's answer some questions.
Yeah, so you can purchase just the pattern. It is $10 until tomorrow.
Yes.
And then the price will go up, but you'll get the pattern and the videos in your account. There's a schedule. You won't get the pattern right away. That comes out a day before the quilt launch.
Yep.
But you'll get cutting instructions and fabric requirements, a schedule, and all the goodies that you need.
Yep. So you can use from your stash if you choose not to buy a bundle. It's $10. It's a really good deal because you get the videos as well, and you'll participate in the quilt along. And typically, we all know patterns are about $10 anyway. So this is like a really great deal.
It is.
So yeah, you buy it online. You'll get a PDF pattern, and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. How many quilts do you work on at a time?
That's a great question.
It is a great question. I am notorious for starting and then not always finishing in a timely manner. I do get them done. Just might take me a while because then I get excited about another thing. Like I said, I'm sporadic and I jump in and grab another bundle and get another new crazy idea.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to sneak my fabric in when I come home from work because it's been crazy. My sewing room has got started projects all over the place. So I do have a few going on at one time.
I usually try to focus on one, usually because I am making it for a specific purpose. I have been working on one for about 3 years. It's for my godson. I'm making the U of M, or not the U of M, the M and W quilt.
Yeah.
And I started it a long time ago, long before I even knew about GE Designs. And he went to school at the U of M, and he graduated, and I didn't have it done. And then, thankfully, he's going to law school there.
Oh, perfect.
So like,
you got time.
A little bit more time. He's almost graduated with that, too. But I'll get it done. I have the experts to help me.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I try to keep it at one at a time-ish. But I always have plans. I always have kind of a lineup of like, okay, these need to come next. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't know. It's hard just, working full time and kids and their activities.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, we love them. Less time for sewing.
Yes.
Where can we find the regular Amalie? That's a single pattern online. So you just need to hop on our website. Do we have them in stock right now? We have a few in stock. I know we're getting many more, but it's been...
Yeah. And we have unlimited PDFs of it. So you can always buy a PDF.
Yep. Yeah.
What was that second question, Andrea? There we go. Yes, sale bundles do qualify for that Amalie, supersized Amalie sale.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Hold on.
Yeah. So you can buy any bundle, half-yard bundle, sale or regular priced, and get a free Amalie, supersized Amalie pattern.
Yep. There we go. It just has to be a half-yard bundle, not the fat quarter bundles that we sell. It just, can be on sale. Can be just an 8-piece.
6-piece.
Yep. That
15
part
piece.
doesn't matter.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want, just as long as it's the half-yard bundles. Yes.
Last question. Oh, juggling a few. Yep, I get that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can use your rewards points. Make sure you're logged in, and then you should be able to click on the little green button in the bottom right corner of your screen, and click on ways to use. I don't know the exact wording, but there'll be a prompt to use your points.
Yeah, and if you aren't familiar with the GEasy fam loyalty or reward points, you can sign up with us on our website and get points that you can use towards purchases with us.
It's a very generous program.
Yes.
Lots of people have been racking up those points. Awesome.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. So we just want to recap kind of what's going on in and around the warehouse and at GE right now. We have, as we've been talking about, we have the Quilt-along that's coming up at the end of January. It's the Supersized Amalie. It's all day, January 28th. Again, you can purchase till tomorrow any bundle and get the pattern for free. If you miss out on that deal but decide you've got some time and you still want to participate, you absolutely can. The price is just going to go up a little bit for that pattern and videos.
Yes. And the videos automatically come with the pattern. Yeah. So that's nothing to be purchased separately. Yes. I'm getting there.
It's early.
It is.
We have our Bundle Club shipping tomorrow. So if you are one of the lucky Bundle Club participants, you are not going to be disappointed. It is gorgeous. I'm excited for everybody to get their bundles. So you should be seeing those at the beginning of next week. And then Gudrun will be sharing after that and releasing and letting everybody see what an awesome bundle it is this quarter.
Yeah.
So,
and she showcases a lot of really great quilt patterns with
she
it
does.
too. So.
And we have lots of different extra yardage that can go along with for backings, binding, any accents, anything like that. So watch for that next week to be coming. We have GEasy class packs that are still going on. Right now we have the Katrina and the Zoe. I think it's the second video was just released yesterday for Katrina, and that'll be continuing on through the end of this month, and then Zoe will be picking up in February. So that's just an awesome opportunity as well. So check that out. You can still join in on that fun. Yep. I know there's been a lot of positive comments about the different videos that have been released to help give you tips and tricks on making those patterns. So join in and check those out. Yeah. Additionally,
sorry.
Oh,
is the Bundle Club very different from the first one? It is very different.
It is.
Different color scheme and
different quilts,
different patterns.
Thank you, Andrea. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's been fun. We do have the next 2 months picked out as well after this. Gudrun decided on, I think is it July's Bundle Club? Yep. Summertime Bundle Club. She chose those fabrics just the other day, and they're all so different. She just really has a lot of variety, so there's something for everyone. You maybe aren't as excited about one bundle, but I promise you there is
the next one you'll love.
Next one, or
vice versa, or you'll love all of them.
Right. Or you get that bundle in and it maybe not be your
style.
Your style. Thank you. But it's perfect to gift for some of for a friend that might love that style a little better. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. We also have our retreat coming up in March. So check that out. If you haven't signed up for the retreat, there's 2 different options. So if you work during the week, we've got a weekend option for you. If you don't want to, use up your weekend and either take some time off, or you have some time off in the middle of the week, we've got that option for you as well. Right now we're busy putting together and fine-tuning all the goodies that we get to put in your boxes that'll be shipped to you that just add to the fun of the retreat. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, packing those boxes is always so much fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I'm looking forward to that. Additionally, with the retreat, we have some opportunity for some scholarships. And Gudrun's talked about this a little bit on her show, but go online and check it out if you feel so inclined to donate to those scholarships. Gudrun is going to be giving away 2 retreats to 2 lucky winners, but we can always take some donations and add to that. Watch for that. Check it out. One thing Nancy and I wanted to talk about with you is we have a blog, and some of you are very familiar with our blog. Others maybe forget that we have it, but on our website, there is a section for the blog. And in that blog, there is all the information you could ever want on different things that we have going on. It also lists any of our fabric pulls. So if you see a fabric pull that Gudrun has done, check out the blog to see all the different coordinating fabrics that go with it. Right now, again, on the blog is the retreat. The quilt along is in the blog. So you can get so much information from there.
Yeah, it's really helpful, especially if you're looking at an older bundle. You can just type that bundle name into the search bar, and it'll come up probably after any fabric matches that came with it. But you'll see the blog link, and you might click it, and you might have to scroll down a little bit, but it should be there.
It should be there. Yeah. So just a little tidbit for the back of your mind to remember to check out the blog. We will be posting on the blog after the show just the different bundles that we're using for our new quilts.
The recipe.
The recipe will be on the blog. Yeah, my grandma Dorothy will be so proud. Or would be so proud, I guess. Better.
Delicious.
Yeah, it is really good. Kind of a treat. So everybody in the warehouse is appreciating it today. They can take a taste. But that's really it for us today. Again, remember to answer those questions for us so we can
pick some lucky winners.
Pick some lucky winners, learn a little bit more about you, and have some content for the coming shows.
Yes.
We'd love to share with you and find some information out for you.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, please like and subscribe.
Share the love so we can have a few more people that join us for the show. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, our next show will be February 16th at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes.
And January 26th is when the winners will be chosen for the Chart Pack giveaway.
Yeah.
From the comments.
Yes. Yeah. Retreat dates. Someone was wondering about the retreat dates. Again, these are the dates of the retreat, both at the end of March.
Yeah. And if you go to the website and just type in retreat in the search bar, it'll pull those 2 options up.
So the theme for the retreat is you'll be heading out on a cruise, imaginary cruise.
Virtual cruise.
Virtual cruise. Thank you. That's a better word. Virtual cruise. Yeah. We've got lots of fun information, fun games, and
I'm sure there'll be yoga.
Yes, there will be yoga. We can't have a retreat without yoga and Mr. HP and his yoga moves.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah.
In the comments or at our email address. And yeah, have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.